Hi, I'm John, and welcome to another Product Spotlight. Today we're looking at an O-scale 52.5-foot flat car with pipe load and tie downs. The tie downs are in that little package there. They come separately, so you can install those to make it an even more realistic looking load. This comes from Atlas, and it's in their Trainman series. They offer these in both 3-rail and 2-rail options. The 3-rail option comes for a manufacturer suggested retail price between $72.95 up to $79.95, depending which one you're looking at. And then the 2-rail version comes between $77.95 up to $86.95 MSRP. Now remember, these are MSRPs, that's the manufacturer suggested retail price. The minimum diameter curve for these models in the 3-rail version is 0.31, and the minimum radius curve for the 2-rail version is 24 inches. Your best bet, I think, is to go to the Atlas website, see if they have the ones you need, and then shop around for the price, because in most cases you'll be able to find a model like this at a retailer, either online or in person, for less than the MSRP. The markings on this model are very well done. The paint covers thinly and evenly, and of course it's O-scale, so all the writing on the model is very easily legible with or without magnification. You might need to put your glasses on, like I do, but I'm going to take the load off for this segment of this video so that you can see everything on the car itself. Brake end detail includes a separately applied brake wheel, and you can see from this angle that it has really nicely done stake pockets on the side. Here's a brief look at the other side of the car, and I'll just tip it up so you can see the detail in the trucks, for example, and the writing might be a little bit more visible this way. And here's a quick look at the A end of the car. Here's a look at the top detail, or the deck, if you will. As you can see, it does have some simulated wood planks surrounded by the metal shell of the thing, or the framework of it. And once again, I'll point out the stake pockets. I think those are particularly well done. The detail on the bottom of the model looks like a complete set of brake rigging all up in here. It's hard to tell if that's separately applied or molded, but it looks really good. That's quite a lot of brake detail. And then you can tell from looking at the bottom that these are body-mounted couplers. And then, of course, these are metal wheels. And the difference between 2-rail and 3-rail models like this is the wheels are more to scale, and so are the couplers. On a 3-rail version, these wheels would be much bigger than this, and they would have really deep flanges. Some people refer to that as pizza cutter flanges. And then the couplers would be much, much bigger than this and less realistic looking. Well, as usual, it's another solid release from Atlas. And as usual, seeing this O-scale sized stuff makes me really want to model in O-scale. I really wish I had space for something like that, because I think I'd really enjoy an O-scale layout. Equipment is big enough and heavy enough and makes a lot of the same noises that the prototypes make, including things like cutting the slack in and out of the train, and just the wheels going over jointed rail, making that clickety-clack sound. It's just, I don't know. Maybe one day I'll have an O-scale layout. Probably not, but one can dream. Anyway, great job, Atlas. I'll see you next time.